Yeah, so we'll say 7:08 for call to order. And then I don't remember if I sent out the minutes from the last meeting that we have. If not, I will send them out. I've been remiss.
Oh, and I
I
forgot to
either
put,
did it right after the meeting or I forgot to do it.
yeah, I can't remember. And then I forgot
Can't
to
either.
write, um, about, approving the minutes from our last meeting as an agenda item, which I'm supposed to be doing every time.
Yeah, so there's such a lag between meetings that
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
me just see if I do have them, I have them, but if I've sent them out to you already, I'll just resend them, and then when we meet to do the post, um, like wrap up for this, because we'll do like one meeting maybe after this, or we'll have to do a meeting to vote positions in, or like maybe some kind of business meeting after this, then maybe we can just do the two sets of minutes at once.
Okay.
Um, and then what's next on your?
Okay. Yeah, because the last thing I think I have is, on January 6th, something from you before this latest one. Let's see,
Yeah,
is
I
that
see a
right?
bunch of stuff from January 6th and 20 and 7th, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not when we did. Let me just see.
That was the meeting. That was the voting meeting.
Oh, so
Right,
that
there
is our
was,
last meeting. Um, let's see.
Because
yeah, it's a
remember
little confusing because we had to reschedule it.
right,
yeah,
from November
Yeah,
25th.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
I don't,
I'll look around just to see if we can tag it onto this meeting. I'll do a quick look while you jump into the next thing.
okay. And then I don't even know if we had like an agenda. It was just a voting meeting. So, um, I don't know if that would just be like one topic. We voted on the, um, the resources that we had, and that was really the only topic.
Yeah, it would pretty much be, I mean, that's the thing, is it would pretty much be call to order um, discussed
How to
yeah.
distribute the
the
allocation.
distributions. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's generally a pretty quick summary of it. I don't see it offhand, so I'll put it together with the next,
There's
I'll grab them.
it's on the town website as well, the 1125 and 17 agendas. If you need to go back and grab them, or I can send over the link in the chat.
Oh,
No,
thank
that's
you.
okay.
Yeah.
I've got the minutes that I took that day. I just forgot
Cool.
to circulate
Okay.
them to everybody. Sorry.
Okay. All right, so let's move into then. Is it okay if we start doing the just an update on where we're at with fiscal year 25's allocation and how we're closing out fiscal year 24? Diana, we still have some
We still have people who haven't turned in
yeah,
their paperwork.
yeah. Isn't
Ah,
this so
I give up.
funny? In this environment, it just seems so crazy that we have people that haven't moved to collect their grants, but we
Yeah.
do. So, and it's not we've written to the people.
Everybody multiple times.
Yeah. So,
wow.
and at this point, we've started reimbursing
I think that's always been like the bane of my existence is like
yeah,
chasing people so they so that we can give them money.
Which is ridiculous. They should want the
Really
money.
is. And there's no kind of like resource back at like the Mass Cultural Council to assist with something like this? Does MCC do anything? No? Wow.
I mean, they'll
Really
basically
curious.
say this is what you can do if they don't follow up, but
Sure.
and which the guidance is usually just
it's each individual council to decide.
yeah.
Sure.
And we've had
Okay.
it in years past and we just roll it into like the
Yeah,
next fiscal year's
Right.
allocation.
yeah,
So, but it's pretty substantial this year.
yeah.
If we
It's,
if we
I
which
mean,
looks like
yeah, Dolbear like has three of them. And they were 475 each.
Mhm.
Breakheart Fall Festival, $1,000. And they did hand in their initial paperwork, but their receipts didn't add up to the amount requested, so I followed up 3 or 4 times to say like, and it was for like $30. But they can't
Wow.
process it unless everything lines up.
Right.
So following up just to find out what that other receipt was, that like nothing. And then yeah, Firebird, I gotta double check on that one. I think that may have actually happened, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
that's still
Brendan
quite a bit
sent
of money
something.
though. Yeah.
In a weird way, it wasn't like as I recall now, it was like some other email about some other topic, but there was
Yeah.
the reimbursement paper work in there.
Mhm.
And then was there anyone beyond that, the Firebird, the break card and the
Well, yeah, just because Dolbear was 3 separate grants for,
yes.
that's why it's so much money.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's where we're at with 24.
Hmm.
25, as I said, we're already receiving reimbursements. I think we got one school already, and that's really it yet for 25.
Yeah, well, yeah, Lizzie Freeman sent
Oh,
in all
that's
of her
right.
stuff from, yeah.
Okay.
But
So
yeah,
we got two.
we have been distributing 2025 while still dealing with 2024,
Yeah,
so.
which is kind of crazy. Um, all right. So
Sorry,
then,
I'm really punchy today.
oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm punchy every day. All right, so that's a good segue into 2025, and we should start talking about the grant reception, which I
Mhm.
think first order business, maybe we find a date. Oh,
Can we just talk about the ones that, I mean, should we just give up on those?
yes, I mean, I guess we're gonna have to pick a date. I was thinking we were gonna go with like March 31st, but that's already gone by now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the deadline was March 8th, and that's actually quite late.
I agree. Yep. Want to say like April 15th?
Wow.
If they
Sure.
haven't already, I mean, since I've
I was
already,
like, if they haven't done it by now, I'm like, we might as well just say now.
Okay, let's just say
yeah,
now.
yeah, I think that you can just let them know they passed
Yes,
the
okay,
date already
Yeah.
and,
okay. I like that. I do.
And then if they
Yeah, 'cause-
say, we want it, say you need to get everything done immediately.
yeah,
That's
cause
it.
they're,
Mhm.
especially because they're
Mhm.
a lot of them are returning
Yeah,
Mhm.
people, so,
I know.
and I know that there's turnover in different groups and everybody's just like, I'm sure everybody's a bit overwhelmed these days,
Yeah,
but you know, just to kind of set a precedent to let people know, to hopefully help people to
yeah,
remember to like
Right.
do it.
yeah. I mean, we did, that's what pretty much what we did last year. We gave him like, there was somebody who didn't fill in anything and we gave him like maybe 2 days and then no response. So we just kind of, and then we just sent a letter saying, sorry.
yeah,
Yeah,
Cool.
Dolbear, I keep getting a response from one woman saying she's gonna talk to the treasurer and then I don't hear anything. So,
okay. Um, you want me to send out those emails tomorrow? I'll just piggyback on the ones I recently sent. And I won't send one to Brendan though, because I think we're good with him. We can take that offline, but I
yeah,
think
no, I found that
you
I'm
did.
gonna
Okay.
process that tomorrow.
Okay, good.
I think I
So,
may have already done that, but I want to double check. But
okay.
I have the files necessary anyway, so I did see it.
All right, so it's only the 3 Doll Bears, which is the same recipient, the same email. So I'll send to that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send
Yeah.
one email about the 3, which I really should break it down and send 3 emails for one for each of the grants,
Mm-hmm.
and then one to the
For
I think
Breakheart.
it's the same person at
It is
Breakheart.
the same person, yeah, because she did get back to me saying, what do you mean by that? By the mismatch, and then I explained it, and then I haven't heard anything since.
Okay.
That was, I think that was, we did follow up a couple times, but I think the last time I actually heard from her was in November.
Okay.
That's a long
But then
time.
but then I sent her an email like I don't know, February, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, there have been emails sent since, just no response.
Yeah, okay. All right. And then so I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay.
Um, who else? Was that it? Yeah, I
Those,
guess that's
that's
it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, Greater Boston Stage Company had a new a development person and she kind of got it in and under the wire.
Yep, that's good. Okay. All right, so that seems fair. I'll do that tomorrow.
Mhm.
It seems fair and right, and we really do have to move on.
Right.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I would say if we're gonna give him one last chance, I'd say Monday.
yep. Which kind of lines up with April 15th.
Right.
Which is,
Yeah.
I only said that
Because of the
because
weekend.
the dreaded
Yeah, I mean,
tax
I'm gonna
day.
be out of
Tax.
town anyway, but
Okay. All right. Okay, so we're good with that. We move on to the
Mhm.
Yeah.
meeting, the event.
Mhm,
So we usually do it in May.
mhm.
Is there a day we
And-
usually do it in the week?
I'm sorry.
Is there a day that we usually do it in the week? I don't
Well,
remember.
you know, it's
It
funny.
was like
I
a
think-
Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah,
Okay.
but didn't we do it on a Sunday once? I feel like we did it on a Sunday once.
If we
Let-
did, I didn't go.
Okay,
Let
I'd
me
rather
jump
do it
in
on a
possible
on a
dates.
work night. Does anybody
Well,
have
because
preference?
because the thing is like we try and schedule it for like it usually coincides with an event at the middle
Oh,
school or something
the
like
high
that.
school art show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the
Right.
high school art. Yeah. But also like I remember like there was a middle school event that we timed it at 2 years with 2 years ago, and I'm trying to remember what that was.
Okay. If you're interested in doing it at ACE, okay, because I'm still helping Dan manage that facility. It is
Mhm.
much, much more in use than it used to be. So there
Oh.
there aren't a ton of available dates.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
I
Great.
checked the calendar because I knew this conversation was coming. If we were still interested in doing it on a Wednesday, the 2 middle Wednesdays are already taken by the Wakefield, the Arts Collaborative of Wakefield. They've got those 2
Wow.
booked every month forever. May
Huh.
7th is available. May 28th is available. Those are both Wednesdays, or June
Okay.
4th.
Is anybody
Now-
into Thursdays?
Thursdays, we back into this improv program. Here's what's problematic about that. Is Brian, who is running the improv and is about to launch Improv 102, he has got things booked out into like forever. And some of them, he is like his Sunday jams. He's doing an improv jam one Sunday a month. But if you look at the ACE calendar, every Sunday from now until the end of time is booked for
Oh my
improv jam.
gosh.
So if we
Well,
were to
has he booked
decide
it?
to do a
He's-
Sunday, we'd have to circle around, is this real or not? I mean, Dan has allowed it for now. But I know that those Wednesdays are available. On Thursdays, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure when he's going to start his 102. The second Thursday of the month, Brian has this Big Attitude comedy thingy dingy.
Yeah.
That's the second Thursday. And then he was bookending his improv classes before that second Thursday and after. But his Improv 101 is just about over. What I'm not sure of is what's available on Thursdays. Now, a good day, but probably not a good day for people who are inviting, empty on the calendar pretty much, are Fridays.
Mm,
Or if we wanted to go late in the month of May, we could book May 28th. And if we decided to do that, I would call Dan immediately tomorrow, or I'd get in touch with Dan immediately tomorrow to get our name on it.
okay.
Wednesdays are just harder for me because my wife goes into the city for work on Wednesdays and then and we've got swim class. So I'm
Oh,
pretty
okay.
wrapped
Mhm.
up. I'm pretty wrapped up with kids stuff that day.
All right. I know-
that it of course does not need to fall in line with me. So that
Okay.
that is okay. But Thursdays and Fridays and Sundays are okay. And once it starts to be warmer, the weekends get a little bit booked up
Okay.
with various things. But if there was a Thursday that, and I know Brian enough
know
to know
you know
that he's
Brian.
not doing improv every single Thursday of the month. I don't think.
I mean, it's booked into the calendar. It's very hard for me to read between the lines on the calendar. And I didn't look at Thursdays. I looked at Wednesdays, not knowing Wednesdays wasn't that good for
Yeah, I
you.
know he does
Mondays
these-
and Tuesdays are totally off because Mondays are tap and Tuesdays are now Irish step dancing, and those
Oh,
both run
wow.
into June. Oh, yeah, that was a
Wow.
big fish that we landed.
Make him perform for our thing.
They
Entertainment.
probably would like to.
Wrap it all up in one thing.
You know,
Uh,
without losing us, I can try to check Thursdays right now. If I lose, I'll sign back on, okay?
Okay,
Okay,
Why don't I do that? I
okay.
think I can do it.
thank you,
Okay.
Marlene. And I think I'm voting for a later in the month of May, Thursday.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
so we can
Yeah.
have more
let
time
me
to
see
plan.
what they say.
yeah.
Again, I will be back to you.
Thank you,
And-
Marlene.
Sure, and I have the keys, so I can happily and easily let us in
Okay,
and lock up afterwards. That is absolutely fine. All right, let me
Okay.
just get to this and get to the calendar, and then I'll have the calendar in front of me. You can all still hear me, right?
yep,
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, calendar coming up. All righty. Okay. Okay, now in May, and again, I don't know how accurate this is, but throughout May, improv, the comedy, his big attitude thing is on May 8th, but his comedy thing, improv, is on the 15th, the 22nd, the 29th, and on into June. Right
Is that
through
the
June.
class?
Yes, and
Okay.
I did see an advertisement for 102. So he may
Okay.
be starting 102. On Fridays, if we wanted to try a Friday, let me go back to May. Fridays are totally open in May, as are, the thing is that the improv jam supposedly is the second, because I went to one, second Sunday. He's got improv jams. So if we wanted to do it late afternoon on a Sunday, there are plenty of Sundays, even though it says improv jam on the calendar, that are probably open.
Hmm.
The other thing is that adult tap. Here we go. If we wanted to do it on a Monday, adult tap stops on May 12th. And I don't think, and I'm looking into June now, I don't think that it goes into June. I think
I
so.
think
We may.
Monday would be okay. People,
Yeah.
people kind of like,
Uh,
I think
All right,
to
it's
get
up
like,
to us, a Monday or a Friday.
Yeah,
I mean,
Mondays or Fridays are okay with me. Yeah, it's just the Wednesdays really, and the weekends are a little bit hard.
Okay, yeah, then we
of
should
all the
try for a
things.
Monday or Friday. It looks very much like adult tap stops as of May 12th and starts again on June 16th. So it looks like we have a month of time on Mondays, from like the 19th or the 26th.
except
And
not
again,
Memorial Day.
yeah, see, I'm
Yeah.
not sure which one. Fridays are totally open on Fridays.
Well, so
In-
when does TAP stop? May-
Tap stops May 12th, it looks like, and again, I would need to
Okay.
double check all this with Dan. The
So-
19th,
So
when
May
is
19th.
Memorial Day?
So
Is it the
yes.
26th.
All right,
Yeah.
the 19th is open.
So the
And if we want-
19th
If we
or
wanted to go
any of
into
those
June, June
Fridays.
2nd is open. On Mondays.
The 19th is fine by me.
That seems good.
Yeah, I like the 19th. I have to
19th
get
works for me, I think.
I'd
Okay.
have to get the invites out. Like, I want to do invites like 2 weeks exactly ahead.
Yeah.
Hold 1 second here. Now I'm volunteering myself. Let me just check. Let me check, because I have I know. Nope, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that I'm perfectly, oh, no, shit.
Oh.
All right, on the 19th of May, there's no reason why I couldn't do it with him in tow. My daughter's away for about 8 or 9 days in May. And each of those afternoons, I have to get my grandson at AmeriCal. However, he's almost 7. He can walk. He can come with me if I need to be opening up at like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
and
love
he
the
could be there
kids.
for a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah, my kid
I
was
could
there
take
last
him-
year.
I
Yeah.
can
Yeah,
take
we
him
had kids,
home
yeah.
when I could take him home when his dad gets home and then come back and lock us up or something. So that's easy peasy. So if we wanted to do you want to say May 19th and I'll check with Dan?
Yeah.
I think May 19th,
Yeah.
is everybody an aye for May 19th?
I am,
Aye.
yep.
I absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Laurie,
should
what
we
time do
have
we
like,
start? What time do we want to book it? And we want to set it up also.
What do we usually say? Do we usually say 6 to
Yeah,
7:30?
5:30, I
think
thought, or
so.
6.
I feel
What is
like, I forget when, like, I feel like we usually get in there between 5 and 6 sometimes.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah.
set
What if-
stuff up, but setup is pretty easy. I
Yeah.
feel
What if we said
like,
5:30 to 8:30, gives us plenty of time to clean up?
yeah,
I can go get him at Boys and Girls Club. He can walk over with me. We unlock it. We'll be there by 5:20, 5:30. And then, like I
Yeah.
said, his
Okay.
dad gets home about 6:45. I'll walk him home, or his dad will come pick him up, one or the other.
yeah.
And then does that sound good?
Yep, 5:30 to 8:30 works.
Okay, let me double check with Dan tomorrow. I'm not sure Dan, I get the feeling Dan may not be around this week, but I will double check with him tomorrow and
Okay.
try to get this pinned down, if not tomorrow, Monday, okay? And let
Okay.
us all know.
Cool.
So
Can
it
we
would be
also-
May 19th, 5:30 to 8:30 we'd want it for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I'm
Um,
sorry, I thought you meant what time should the event be, which last year we had it on May
6.
22nd from 6 to 7:30. The event
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
6 to 7:30.
and we
Yeah,
booked, and we
Lori-
booked Ace from a half hour before. And I mean, we can say 5:30 to 8:30, but we can still be out of there at 8 if we want, as long as we've cleaned up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
Lori, if you want to just, when you get the invite stuff up, feel free to reach out to me.
Thank
'Cause
you.
I
That
have
was-
I have the login somewhere in my stuff and I've helped with that before, so.
Yes.
So we
I-
can just kind of put heads together and get that done.
I have the pit, like the little the bandstand roof with the W on it and the Town of Wakefield Arts Council, and we would just have to change like the date.
Yeah, we'll just update whatever needs to be updated.
Yeah,
And
okay.
get that together.
And then I have I'm getting smarter finally. I have an Excel spreadsheet where when I sent all the letters, to the
Yep.
from our local council to the grant recipients, now I have a spreadsheet of all their email addresses. So sending these invites won't be like a hump. It'll be an easy thing.
Ooh.
Before I close out the calendar and come back to us, do we want to have a second date in case the 19th doesn't work? You want to do June
June
2nd?
2nd?
June 2nd?
Yeah, 5:30. Do we want to have that just in case Dan gets back to me, so I don't have to circle back with all of us?
It's a
Yeah,
great
let's
idea.
do that.
Okay, so it's either
Let me just
May
double check I
19th
don't
is
have
our
it.
preferred, June 2nd is our backup, 5:30 to 8:30, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna close out calendar and come back to us.
I
Hopefully
won't
I
be
don't
able to
lose
go
it.
if it's the 2nd, but
Oh,
that's fine.
let's hope for the 19th.
Yeah, it looks okay. It looks like Adult Tap has a
Okay.
pause, so I'll double check that, okay?
Thank you,
Bye, I'm gonna
Maureen.
come back to us, I hope.
For
Where are you
food,
all?
For food, I think that the, whatever that, what's the market?
Farmland.
Farmlands.
Farmland has been good. I know last year we had more than we needed,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I don't know. I feel like we just never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who will show up, but depending on what we ordered last year, it was all really nice. I
Yeah.
don't know if we need as much.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I can't get back, so I'm gonna go away and then I'm gonna come back, okay? Cause I
Okay.
can't seem
Okay.
to,
sure.
I don't know why. Don't ask me why.
I also think that charcuterie from Farmland is like the decoration and the snack. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It smells
yeah.
nice. It looks pretty.
Yeah,
It's like, you know what I mean? It's so
yeah,
worth
it's
it.
nice. It does look nice, and having
Yeah.
some wine there and that it makes it seem like that. So then the Farmland, charcuterie, and food, whatever we
Okay.
did last year, we can do it again. I know, I forget who ordered it last year. Marlene,
did.
Did you do it? Okay. And desserts. Guy, you want to do music again?
Definitely. Yeah, I can bring the system.
Awesome.
Nice.
Music and Diana, why do I have wine in my mind when I think of you?
because I
She
did.
brought wine.
Did you just do it because
We-
you did
we
it, or did you do
donated
it because you
wine.
have had a connection?
I had a connection that I don't have anymore, but
Oh,
I'm
okay,
happy to
so-
donate. It's fine.
No, that's okay. Then we should just figure out how much.
Well, I don't know if we can with
Right.
budget money.
No, but like what should, because I don't mind, I don't want to stick you with being the
Mhm.
only person who has to like buy something for this.
I took so
out
much
your
of it
pocket.
home last year, except for the rosé.
Yeah. Yeah,
just
I
get
don't
more
mind,
rosé this
I
year, I
don't mind
guess.
I'll donate a bottle of
Yeah, I'm
of
happy to
white.
as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if each person takes a color, then we're good. I will do white.
I'll do
Diana-
rosé because it was popular.
Diana Rose.
What color is
Guy,
whiskey
your
again?
choice.
What's
We
whiskey
wouldn't even
color?
need 3 bottles. If we have 3 bottles of wine, somebody's going to go home with wine. People are, they're like
True,
not,
true.
they're people, it's a nice thing to have, but people
It's a
again,
nice
they're
to
not
have.
like,
Yeah.
they're not like
Yeah.
pounding wine. I feel like
No.
some of the people
No, as I
sort of
said, like they drank
tentatively
they
go
drank
up.
all of they drank
Yeah.
all of the rosé, and then like pretty much everything there was like maybe a 1 or 2 glasses out of it.
Yeah, then let's do 2 rosés.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was gonna do 2 rosés. No, that'll be my contribution.
Or like Prosecco is all the rage, right?
Oh yeah,
Everyone-
Prosecco's
everyone
very-
likes
Oh
a
yeah, I drink
Very-
Prosecco too. And there's
very,
rosé
Prosecco.
Prosecco.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here
we go.
So yeah, so that, and then just napkins and paper goods.
Yeah, we didn't
Wow.
even need tablecloths at this place because there's really no, we were setting it all up on the counter
Right.
and there's really no,
Yeah.
it's
Oh, and
really
I'll
easy.
bring, I actually will also grab some, seltzers and stuff so that, like, do you want me to get a seltzer and a water?
Oh, yeah, I'll bring some water, some, still waters, some plastic bottles of
So
still
I'll grab a
waters.
thing of seltzers.
Okay, so
I
I've got my-
have plasticware from last year that we didn't use, so I will just simply re-give it back to you all, okay?
okay,
Great.
So it's forks and knives.
I
and
feel like we've been
spoons
using the same plasticware for like 4 years.
and- Yeah, this is plasticware I bought last year, so I'm just gonna give it
Okay.
back to you all, okay?
All right.
Wonderful.
I will bring that when I open the building. So you
Yeah.
don't need any kind of forks or knives or whatever. But I don't have napkins, but I do have plasticware.
I can bring napkins. Okay.
All right, cool. I kind of think that's what I had in my mind of the things that are needed.
Mm.
Am I
Yeah.
missing anything?
Did we have
I'll get
tablecloths? I don't think
crackers.
we did.
I don't think we need
Yeah.
it because there really aren't tables. We put
Yeah.
the food on that counter area and then we just sort of float around.
Okay.
I mean, we could set up tables, but it doesn't make sense.
I think we were going to get a tablecloth thing for like events, but not necessarily for this.
No, I think more
Yeah.
one that had the name on that we were gonna use for like public, you know, like
Mhm.
at something at
Like
the
the
lake or
farmer's
something.
market or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
yeah.
and we didn't, so,
We did
Yeah.
not do that.
no.
Okay. So this is coming together very nicely. Okay. What else? I always invite, some people from town hall. I invite the select men or whatever you call the.
Yeah,
Town council.
yeah, invite the town council, invite the, yeah, Sherry Dalton, invite,
Mm.
invite all
Invite
the.
Steve Mayo or.
Steve
I
Mayo
don't
for
know,
his
he
last
won't have
event.
retired yet,
Yeah.
Should
yeah.
we be inviting like Jackie, who I like send all of my stuff to?
Yes,
Yeah.
we should invite the accounting office.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
And we'll invite the MCC rep, whoever that is now. I think it changed. from
Jay.
the-
It changed.
Jay Wong.
Mhm.
I just look at the wakefield.org and see who the people are, and it shows their contact information. So that's what
Right.
I've been doing in the past.
Yeah.
But I never did invite the accounting office, but I will this year.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good. Who Who else should we invite? Can you guys think of anybody else? I always say, I keep the invite, like, I say something like, hold on, let me look at it. I think I say all are welcome. All are welcome, yeah. So
Right.
it's like past grantees and stuff like that, if they're like, you know, they're not the exact recipient of the email that I'm sending, but they're part of some organization, like say it's like Greater Boston Stage, then maybe they'll talk amongst themselves about who goes. Do you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to like really limit it. I mean, it should be kind of wide open.
Mm. How
Mhm.
about things for like thinking of like so like PTO in general, like maybe if the head of the PTO can't make it, like anyone that volunteers at the PTOs for the school should be welcome, in my
Absolutely.
opinion.
But when we say
Like, just
all is
have it
welcome,
open
that
and
kind of
yeah,
opens
all
it
is
up.
welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whoever's
I
a part
mean,
of that organization, and
Yeah.
then I was thinking maybe
Yeah.
like heads of the arts departments for like middle school, high school, like drama, art, music, like if
That's a
they're ever
really good
invited.
idea.
Yeah,
Some of those are
and
people that are
yeah,
part of who applied,
part
like
of
the
who's
high school.
applying.
Some of them
Yeah.
are the people that are the names on the applications.
Mm-hmm.
Or like retired of that.
Sure.
They'd probably
I
be
just love the idea that this is also like I would hope that everyone within the public school system knows we exist for art at least. So like at least this is an event for like, oh wow, I did like this is great that they're not arts council and they put on this event, and I'll keep that in mind. Like it creates a networking almost
Right.
opportunity.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
And it's also like it could really help like with secession for us. Like maybe a teacher or somebody they know, an art teacher, I'm saying, or somebody they know would be interested in even becoming a member of the council in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we should, like during speeches, we should make it a member, an announcement that we are looking for members for 2026.
Yes, for sure. Because we really have to get serious about
Yeah,
secession for some of the roles and just for members.
Right.
yeah, let's pop it on the invite.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, and I don't know how you go about this or, you know, whether it's something to think about, but a number of the town councils or commissions or whatever's have a youth council member. Do we also
Mm.
want to think,
Mm.
you know, to open it up to the Wakefield Youth Council and say, because there are kids that are, you know, theater kids and art kids and whatever, maybe
Yeah.
one of them wants to be a youth council member. Now, youth council members are often on the committees, I understand, are not voting members. So you couldn't
Right.
count that kid as part of your quorum,
Mm.
but they certainly can be there, available, enthusiastic, etc.
I mean, if
Yeah,
they
I
want a
don't know.
future,
Totally.
if they want a future career in the arts, they definitely have to learn about development.
So I don't know if that's something that you have to go through Sherry Dalton to determine whether or not we can get a youth council member. I
think
know that,
is it Jen?
Who?
Oh, there's a coordinator. There's the youth council
and
coordinator.
it's a new person, and I don't know if it's the same new person, because I've dealt with her through Safe Streets. There was a new person like that I met last, I want to say fall, but I don't remember her name. But it was a her.
Is it Jen McDonald?
No, that I
No,
don't
Jen
know.
McDonald
She's
is, oh my God, I've
communication.
got too many Jens. I
Yeah.
feel like, because we have a youth
Hey,
council
Gen
member
X.
on the, we have a youth council member on our, HRC, so there's a person who runs it that I think we can get in touch with and just ask.
Yeah, again, I don't remember her name, but it definitely says youth council. There's a youth council coordinator that's part of the town of Wakefield.
I think
So
we
we-
got a grant, the youth council, maybe not 25, but in 24, is that right?
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know that they,
Yeah, because I had to chase him for a while.
right, I don't know if they've ever thought of having a youth council kid be a member of the arts council, you know? But I think we can reach out and talk to them about that. I think that is something you might want to think about.
Yeah, and
Wait.
the maybe the drama guy, I don't know if he comes, but he gets invited every year.
He comes.
He
He
does come,
comes, there was
okay.
somebody
He
there
comes.
last year with a couple of kids. And he was
Oh,
the drama guy.
okay. I want to meet him because I still, to this day, brag about the version that I saw at the high school of, oh my gosh, I'll have to think of it. I'm also, what did you call it, Diana, today? I'm so spent or whatever. I am so spent. I
What?
can't think of the name of it, but there was a play maybe 10 years ago. I swear it was the best live performance I've ever seen in my life. And it was right here at Wakefield High School. And I said, if I ever meet this guy, I'm going to tell him that I still think about that performance to this day. It was amazing.
I am drawing a blank.
Um,
But there
yeah,
was,
so
I met somebody last year who was the high school, I think the high school theater arts person, who was with
I
a
think
couple of students.
now that I'm thinking about it, I think I was like, oh, I gotta meet him, I gotta meet him, I gotta meet him, and
And
then
they
the
weren't
night was
there for the
over,
whole time.
and I
And
didn't meet him.
also, here's a tidbit, which I didn't believe, so I didn't bring it home to us. He came with a couple of students. Somebody who I know from a different thing that I'm involved with in Wakefield said something to me about how her daughter, who does theater, came to our thing and got food poisoning from the food we served. Nobody else got sick, so I refuse to believe that's real. I didn't want to bring that back to us because I mean, if she had gotten food poisoning from the charcuterie platter, many of us, because I ate a ton of it, would have also gotten sick. So I didn't bring it home to us.
Yeah, I don't know that that's so, but I'm sure that her daughter got sick from something.
And her
So,
daughter could have just gotten sick, and she is the kind of person that would say that to me. So,
well,
you know, I mean, I
Um,
didn't want to bring it to us and make us nervous, and I thought,
I'll tell
hi,
you what,
Adolf.
I got the norovirus one time and it seemed very similar to the other thing, so who
Exactly
knows?
right. I mean, her
Um,
kid easily could have gotten sick because nobody else got sick.
Yeah,
So I thought, I'm not coming back and talking to them.
but-
If we had food poisoning, I would have heard from, and I would have gotten something. So anyway, that's just a data item.
Liz Parsons, I think, is the youth council person.
Oh,
Yes, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Liz
yes.
Parsons.
Yes, very familiar sounding.
But yeah, we should reach out to her. We should also reach out to the economic development.
yes, we
committee
definitely
and-
should.
Because they
Oh.
want to collaborate and do more arts things, bringing people like combining money and stuff like that.
I have to double check this, but I think the Wakefield Youth Council did not turn in their paperwork. I was just double checking the spreadsheet.
Oh, great.
In 2024?
No,
2024.
2023. It was 24 or 23.
24. No, because I've been chasing them for a few months, and I
Oh,
thought that
okay,
for some
that's
reason I
cute.
thought that I had gotten it, and I just double checked, and no, I did not.
The plot thickens.
I'm
They're gonna get
wondering
their
if it's
money.
because there was a new person and somehow the old person didn't turn
It
up.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the new person came on board. I met her, I thought, in the fall. So maybe
Yeah,
it was that the old person didn't turn the paperwork over or something.
yeah.
Interesting.
Because
But yeah.
isn't that what happened with the Boys and Girls Council like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I think it was even more than that now, wasn't it? Like 3
Yeah.
years ago, it was
Yeah.
like fiscal
It's so
year.
easy
Yeah.
in these organizations. They have such turnover and then people don't turn things over to other people.
Yeah.
All right, so the economic development, I definitely want to get in with that. And then we also got some outreach from the television station.
WCAT.
Yeah, so we'll have to look into that also.
You should, if you want to contact the WCAT, talk to Barbara Worley, Worley.
Yeah, and Ian, oh boy, you guys are you're really tapping into my my memory loss right now.
But I know Barbara still is part-time, but she's still
I
Ian
hit
doing a lot of
50 not that
coordination.
long ago, and now like it just seems like everything's gone to hell.
Yeah, Ian McDermott and Barbara Warley. I know
Yeah.
Barbara's still involved with it, but I know that she's trying
She's
to step
part-time,
back.
but she's still involved for booking things. I
Yeah.
mean, we could have them, they could come and take. They
Yeah,
come
I
and
always
they,
copy both Barbara and Ian just
Yeah.
just in case. But yeah, they can come and I mean at the least attend and at the most.
oh yeah, Barbara loves going to all these things.
Um,
Everybody knows Barbara.
And I'll check who sent the email to our Arts Council whack box as like a kind of saying like, should we collab? And I'll send invites to all of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do send
Okay.
an invite to Barbara, even if she wasn't one of the people that sent it. Because she really can get a lot of this kind of publicity and stuff. Also, if we wanted to have a float in the parade, she's very involved with the,
Oh, did she get involved with the July 4th
oh
parade?
God, yes.
That's funny.
Ad nauseum, yes. She's one of the executive committee people, so she's forever talking, who wants to do a float? Who wants to march in the parade? So Laurie, if you guys want to march in the parade, I'll stand on the sidelines and wave to you.
Oh my God.
Oh, boy. All right. Okay, so it sounds like we're in good shape as far as the grantee reception.
When do you
Um,
want to send things out? I mean, I should have a definite answer back to you by the beginning of next week, I hope.
Yeah, as soon as
got
you have the
plenty of time.
answer, as soon as you have the answer, Lori, just reach out to me and let's put it together. Cause I don't,
okay,
the sooner you catch my mind from this meeting, the more likely you are to be able to
all right. So once we
really
get the green
rally me,
light,
rally me into action.
Okay, so I'll give you, hopefully I have the firm date by the beginning of the week. All right?
okay.
Yeah.
And
cool.
then
Okay.
once
Send it
we,
out to all of us. Why not?
yep, and then once we have the date nailed down, because we have the ace nailed down, Jess, you and I can work on the actual invite.
Yep.
And then I'll send the invites out using my Excel spreadsheet plus the people that I'm adding on. And we'll be in good shape.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll order the charcuterie board and some cookies and hopefully nobody gets sick.
Oh, now I'm sorry I told you. 'Cause I
Yeah.
think I waited a whole year. I think the woman that told me was just being nasty. And the fact
Yes,
that she would
yeah.
be nasty about that was totally in character for her, so.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
It'd be
it's-
like, oh well, yeah, my daughter came to that grant reception and she got food poisoning. It's like,
sounds like
tell
a
me
soap
that?
opera.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, really,
let's not besmirch the good name of Farmland.
Right,
agree.
exactly. And
Seriously.
But,
pie, we'll
And
have the
it's very
beautiful
delicious.
music.
I love the charcuterie platter.
Yeah. All right. So that all I will put this together. I can send out I'll send out the minutes for last time and this time as well, just so that because this one particularly has all of what everybody agreed to do. So I'll send it out
Okay.
tomorrow.
Diana, I will reach out to you in the morning just to just that I'm sure I'm sending the right communications to those folks about that we're
Yeah,
just so I'll reach out to you in the morning. Are you like gonna be available at all to
I'm
to
gonna be around, yeah.
Okay.
And then obviously we've got like the financial report stuff too still,
Yep.
so.
Yep. Okay. I went through that today. And I don't know how you do it.
I haven't looked at it yet. I'm so behind on everything.
Yeah,
So.
I looked at it and I was like, this can't be right, the interest. And then I go, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm so, like, I don't even know.
It's because we like keep having to roll over money from the previous year and it gets really confusing.
It's very confusing. Yeah. I'm not even good with like my own money. Never mind,
I hire people.
All right. So good. I think we did a lot tonight. Hold on. What time is it? Look at us. It's 7:53.
Great.